Here we have a new 2025 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. This one comes in the limited trim level in Portofino gray. And then we have camel leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder hybrid setup. And that's paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. And as we come around to the front end here, we get the LED daytime running light bar and the LED headlamps. And I love the design of this Limited in particular. It just looks so nice, so sophisticated. It's just beautiful, specifically in this Portofino gray. Now down here to the wheels, these are gonna be 17-inch alloy, and I like how that design looks good, but it's still aerodynamically friendly. We get passive keyless entry on the front, and then to the door panel here, memory seat functions, Bose sound system, power mirror controls, power door lock controls. We get one-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows for the back, rear window lock there, and then we do get blind spot monitors in those side mirrors. Hood release is there, electronic parking brake, that's for the trunk, traction control, a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, and then here's our power driver seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Love that interior, just looks really good. And the accents, just how everything's paired together from the headliner to the seats to the black accents on the doors and everything, it just really comes together perfectly. But I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review the Sonata today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so about to check that out. Huge plus getting the rear blinds in this car that's under $40,000. But back here, room is pretty good for a 4-door sedan. Rear AC vents, 2 USB-C charge ports, seat back pocket on the passenger side. There's a view of the front from back here. And there we have the panoramic sunroof with the sunshade. Bottle holders are here in the middle. And then your grab handles here, LED lights throughout, and then you can hang a shirt or a pair of pants on that hook. And then child locks, you need to turn those, just put a key or something in there and turn it. Fuel cap there. Now to the back end, LED tail lamps. And I apologize for the wind noise, it's just a little wonky today. But there's a look underneath, exhaust as well. Hit this button here. And you actually get a power trunk, which is great on a car like this. But great space for this to be a hybrid. Have all the floor mats and everything here. And then tire inflator kit below. And if you want to fold the seat down, just pull this for either side. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, I'm just going to show you how the seat folds down. Just pull here, that'll fold flat. Your top tethers are behind the seats themselves on the back. And then your lower anchors are right here. You have these covers. Now to the front passenger seat. We get a power seat there. And then a little side pocket here, glove compartment there. And again, I just can't say enough about this trim. It's just very nice. But as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 2-liter 4-cylinder hybrid setup. Electric motor paired with the naturally aspirated gas engine. Before we hop in, let's look at these turn signals. So there's the blinker there in the back, looks nice. And then we get the one on the side of the vehicle itself, and then up front. Nice leather wrap steering wheel here. It's an interesting shape, but I kind of like it. There's the horn. And then over here to the radio, we get the navigation system. So we can use that. Set up your homework, so on and so forth. And then for the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM, and then Bluetooth audio, as well as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility, excuse me. And then the hybrid menu here shows when the electric motor is being used, when the engine's being used, when the battery's being charged, what's driving the wheels, and all of that. And then your settings here. Language can be changed. Units of measurement can be changed. And then we do have a heads-up display, so you can fool with the gauge cluster and heads-up display controls here. But for the most part, everything else is just kind of based on if you want to use these options. XM, all of that stuff. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You get the bird's eye view too. And then you have your front camera as well. And then there are a few settings that you can change within that if you want to do that. But down here, dual zone automatic climate controls. You can adjust fan speed here, 3-stage heated cooled seats. All this is soft touch, which is pretty neat. Looks good, feels good. Heated steering wheel toggle is there. And then you can just hit this to change the fan direction if you so choose. 3 stages of auto there. And then you can sync, unsync here, or just adjust the temperature for the passenger side. And then this off button cuts everything off, and you can set it up to just the driver only if you want to do that. But volume knob is here. Click that to turn the audio off. You have some buttons for the actual shortcuts, so you can pull up the map here, the home page, search, media, custom button here, your setup here, hazards right there in the middle. And then down here below, 2 USB-C ports. This one goes to the actual radio. That one's just for charging. And you have a 12-volt here, wireless charging pad there. And then for your drive modes, press this button. And you have your Eco, Sport, and My Drive. And then parking sensors here, automatic brake hold. And then press this, and that pulls up the camera options on the screen. Bottle holders are here. Center console cubby space. And then I'm pushing the sunroof back. The controls are right here for that. And then you can vent as well. And then nice LED lights there. But that's how far the roof goes back. And you can close everything with one swift motion, which is nice. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. Vanity mirror. Now I'm disappointed that's not LED, but not really a big deal. And then back to the steering wheel itself, blinkers, high beams, auto, and then when you're in the auto mode, you can set the auto high beams on or off. And then automatic wipers here, one-time off, auto, low, high. You can adjust that auto sensitivity here, and then you can pull up here for the front fluid. Now, these paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, you can use those as well. And then over here, you have the smart cruise. You can activate the gap adjust for that, the lane centering, and then you can increase speed, pause and resume there. And then this scroll bar goes through menus when applicable. You have the engine temp, tire pressure monitors, idle mode, or basically the hybrid settings on the screen, so you can see when batteries charge and so on and so forth. And then you can use this button to go through the sub menus here. But right side of the steering wheel, audio sources can be toggled here, track list or radio station presets by tapping that. Volume up, down, click to mute. And then you have a custom button you can set up that goes along with this other one down here, so you can decide what that brings up when you push it. Bluetooth button here. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, reverse, tap up for neutral, drive, and then press the side here for park. And then that heads-up display is right there. You can see it. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid Limited out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Sonata Hybrid Limited, the interior feels so good. It just feels premium for the $40,000 price point, from the soft touch buttons, even the knobs, the shifter, steering wheel, everything feels relatively expensive, but the camel interior is what really helps bring that out, just with the dash there, the seats, and how it pairs with the trim throughout. It feels beautiful in here. Now in eco mode, you can get up to speed. It's a little harder to do. You have to put your foot down more as opposed to the sport mode, but you know, you have the eco mode there so you can maximize the fuel economy. And it does a great job at doing that. But the paddles behind the steering wheel is where this thing really shines, and you're able to utilize that EV mode. So I have the regen braking on level 3. So you just tap that minus pedal all the way down. And then if you want to turn the regen off, you just hit the plus all the way up, and then you don't even feel it. But personally, I like to keep it at level 3 to maximize the regen and just get as much back to the battery bank as possible. But yeah, the eco mode is going to be where you keep this thing probably 95% of the time. The sport mode is really just needed for if you want an exhilarating driving experience. So with that being said, you might not ever use it, but me personally, if I want the full power output, even to pass somebody, you just press the button, puts you in that mode almost instantly, and then you're ready to go. Now we have it in sport mode now, and I'm gonna see if I can give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Gonna give myself some space. Here we go. So it wasn't even flooring it, just probably about halfway down, and yeah, it got up very nicely. Gonna put that back into eco. We have the lane centering on now. We're gonna turn on the smart cruise. And I want to give another big thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description, but if you are looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But with the heads-up display, I love being able to see when the lane centering is on, when the adaptive cruise is on, showing me the speed limit. It's just a nice picture there. And then even when the blind spot monitor is going off. But ride quality was great. Road noise minimal, even on that rougher stretch of interstate that needs to be paved. It's just a nice car. You compare it to an Accord Hybrid, a Camry Hybrid, it really does go toe to toe with those, I think. And it doesn't feel as quick as the Camry Hybrid, since all the Camrys are standard hybrids now, but I like how this one drives, just having that traditional transmission as opposed to having a CVT. It feels sportier for whatever reason. But back in eco mode again, it feels, I could drive this eco mode 100% of the time, because when I need throttle, I can still get it. It's not like it doesn't listen to the pedal. And if you have something like this, you are probably getting it because you're more worried about your fuel economy than how fast it goes. But it's just nice that you have that differentiating point where you can go between quick hybrid to standard hybrid, if that makes sense. Now it's not an EV, so it's not going to be that quick, but still, you're able to get 50 plus miles per gallon with this thing if you want, and that's super impressive. And the car itself gives you a lot of bang for your buck, I think, even in this limited trim level. But if you wanted to go down to the lowest trim level, that's where you really get a steal of a car. But this is still, I think, a good buy. It's just a nice car at that, just with the leather interior, having the heated, cooled seats in a hybrid, and everything else that you have to offer there. But a very luxurious hybrid from Hyundai. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid in the limited trim level.